What was your plan back there? It's like a 14-hour drive to get to Santa Fe.
Didn't think that far ahead, to be honest. Adam, you're pretty out of shape, though.
Are you hungry? A sweet tooth you got from me.
Is that all I got from you?
Somebody order a stripper?
Can I get you anything?
I'll drink a beer.
Oh, hey.
Oh, okay, let's go.
No, we're just having a conversation.
No.
Excuse me?
12 hours ago. 12 hours ago, you OD'd.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing this with us. It's such an amazing film. I really love how it deals with such hard issues of family, addiction, redemption, just all of these themes, but in this like really beautiful, light way. I love the way that it's set up with all the different vignettes and the people that come in and this like great American road trip. I know that Ruby's not here who wrote it, and Claire, I know you're friends with her, so do you want to talk about how this story came and how you decided why you wanted to champion it and be a part of it?
Absolutely. I think if I remember it correctly, I think I sometimes we all have different versions of how it all came about, but I had an idea for a father-daughter road trip film, and that's kind of all it really was at the time, was just a loose idea for a concept. And I spoke to Ruby Castor about it, along with Vera Bulder, who actually introduced me to Ruby. And and from there, the three of us kind of sat down around Vera's kitchen table in LA and started writing this script. And
and we were also just like available at the same time. It was like peak pandemic in LA, and there was a screenwriter who was Ruby, and then Clara and I, and we were sort of like, what do we do with our time, and what is the future of filmmaking and acting in general? Why don't we come up with something to do in this time? So yeah.
Were you shooting during the pandemic? Or was this after?
Well, we were. I guess it was near we still had all of our COVID protocol guidelines to follow. So it was 2021, right? So it was still COVID once we were shooting.
Someone got sick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so it's so beautifully shot. Christopher Ripley shot this, and I mean, it's gorgeous. Those skies at the end and just everything. He's an amazing music video director, and you, Emma, have directed a lot of music videos. This is your first feature. So what was it like for you coming onto this project and working with Chris and working with everyone?
Yeah, it was, so we started working on the movie, and we were preparing, and it was a very because of technical reasons, only very until the last minute could we actually lock somebody down. And I had asked a lot of friends of mine, and two of my best friends, they're music video producers, and I had asked them as well, like, do you know any DPs that I should know about? And so I talked to a bunch of different people, one of them being Christopher, and I'd never worked with him before, and then we had a conversation while we were already in New Mexico. It was very last minute, over Zoom, and he had read the script and, you know, watched materials, and we just talked for 2 hours, really in a way that got me really excited, and he was we were very connected, and then I was like,
Emma came flying out of the room after that phone call, like bouncing off the walls, being like, this is my DP. And there was no doubt in our mind seeing your reaction, I think, in that moment.
Yeah. And it really was like, because because it was for him his first
feature,
as well, and yeah, it was such. You guys can attest to it. It was so collaborative, and he's incredible. So it was it was really a good. I was glad that we went that route. Yeah.
And Ewan, this is such an intimate film about a father and daughter. Obviously, you guys have amazing chemistry, and you really are family. But was this really difficult to kind of hit these deep personal levels with your own daughter and like watching her play an addict and getting into that headspace? What was it like for you?
12 hours ago. 12 hours ago you OD'd. And here you are, fucking drunk and God knows what else.
I'm not drunk.
No, the opposite, really. It was very, it's very easy. It was unusual leading up to it, I think, you know, going to New Mexico, and I just had the privilege of just turning up to play him, and but Clara was there as the producer and as, you know, organize with her friends and organizing this, and I got to see her as in a brand new way, you know, and see. I was full of respect for the way she carried herself as a producer and the sort of respect she had for all the crew and everybody's individual efforts, which I was really proud of, you know, that she appreciated everybody on the film set. That was, and dealt with them in a really beautiful way, I thought. But then we met, we had a costume fitting, and it was all a bit like giggly and crazy, like what is going on, to be working with my daughter like this. And then when we got to the first day shooting, you know, it's 5:30 and you're turning up to the makeup bus, and then Clara's in there, and you sit down and you're like, okay, this is bonkers. And then as soon as we were on set and we started shooting, it was entirely normal, and it felt entirely like exactly the right thing to be doing. And it was only ever amazing to be acting with her, to be acting with you. It was only ever amazing. And whatever the scenes were. I mean, I think some of my favorite moments are just moments between lines, or, you know, because you feel we've known each other all her life, you know. Yeah. And, so you feel that. You can't not have that on the screen, and I think that's fun to see, you know.
What was it like for you, Clara?
A nightmare.
I think it was great. I think I have a very similar experience, that before we started shooting, it felt odd and like it was going to be weird somehow. And I remember rehearsing with my coach, and he was like, "You're crushing all the scenes that you're not acting in with your dad in this rehearsal," which is maybe 2% of the scenes in this movie. But I realized I was in my head and I was nervous about it. And the minute we got on set, I think that it's a testament also to Emma and to the amazing team that we had around us, our producers and our crew. But we just dove right in, and it was really, really enjoyable.
Yeah. Some of the scenes I love the most, I mean, the first one with Jake, where he's the clown that's hitting on you. They're so funny, and it's so fun.
Where is Jake?
There's Jake back there.
Amazing job.
We were going to ask Jake to do a live version of his song for us tonight, but he forgot his guitar, and he won't do it without his guitar, so.
Those moments are so funny. Were some of them improv, or were they actually written into the script?
I think there was a lot of improv, but if I remember correctly, the scene with Jake, we'd done it a few times a certain way with a certain song, but then when you started breaking down into the rap.
Yeah, life is just a crazy turn of events if you think about it. Oh my God, am I on this fucking planet? I don't know, fuck. Shit, I'm trying.
Hey, can I use the, do you have a bathroom I could use?
Yeah, right down the hall.
That was really good, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of that, I didn't see it coming, and my God, it was hard to keep it together. It was so funny. Everyone on set was really losing their minds over that.
Was there other improv that you can remember?
We did it. I mean, in the motel scene, we did a lot of improv.
Okay, that man that comes out in his sailor costume, just like the subtle humor in this is really brilliant. Like,
that was beautiful in the script.
Yeah.
That was what was spellbinding in the script, was the humor in it. And they're in recovery and in the world of sobriety, there is a lot of humor.
Yeah.
People are very funny about it, you know, even though it can be really devastating. There's a lot of humor, so it was very true. I don't know if that's by accident, but it was very true to the sort of world that we were exploring.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's what's so special about this. I mean, addiction in real life, it's heavy, but also there's a lightness to it, and that's the only way you get through it. So I kind of like that you were exploring both sides of it. It felt really realistic, which I think is sometimes hard to do, and it just felt really relevant to the time, and everything was just so good, from the music and the car singing scene and just so much of it. It's very uplifting, and I think we need more movies like this right now, especially. And I love that it's championed by women. Truly, like, what an incredible team. And then you have killer films behind it. So how did that feel to work together on a set where you have like the female leads, the producers, you're a female director? I think that's also very rare. So if you want to speak about that.
I mean, I've only ever been a female director, so I don't know. I feel like I would be so much more mean if I was. No, I don't know. But no, I mean, when the project came in through Vera to me, like she was like, "Are you interested to maybe take a swing at directing this?" I was like, "Well, Ewan McGregor and Clara McGregor and killer films. I will, yes." I will make time in my schedule. And then I don't know, I feel like it was so natural from the very beginning that we all spoke.
I think it was important to us to find a female director, though, right? That's something we talked about early on, yeah.
From the perspective of, from the female point of view, I think is something that was very important to all of us, and including Dad, I think we all spoke about that. And then beyond that, it was about finding someone who could tell the story in an interesting way and bring something of their own to it, which was Emma fully. And Emma had such a clear idea of what she wanted to do with this film and stuck with her ideas. And, I remember our first call when we were all chatting for the first time and you had this idea and you I didn't like it. Dad did not like this idea and he said so, but Emma stayed very calm and but didn't back down and completely stayed with that
Inside
idea.
I was freaking out. I was like, yeah, it's it.
The idea was great. Yeah. And also the fact that she didn't back down from it was such a clear sign to us of like, cool, I can, trust this person blindly with this movie.
You were right. You were totally right. Which it all was a collaboration throughout. It wasn't just your say and that was the highway. There was very much
not in that sense, but in the sense that when you had something you wanted to stick with, you stuck with it and you showed us. You were patient enough to allow us to catch up with your idea in that. Yeah, it was. I think even given how lucky we were to have an A-list actor attached.
I mean, thank God, Nick.
But in that sense, it is incredible how this industry can work against creators, especially indie filmmakers, and it can be very tough to get there. But we also had, amazing investors, amazing people who ended up believing in us, who are here today, and who made it possible for us to do that. And yeah, it's worth it in the end. It's amazing. The spider bite scene in the car. Our DP did this amazing thing where he had the camera right between our two seats and it was flipping around. He was sitting behind and just flipping the camera around.
We were actually driving the car.
Yeah. We were actually driving. It's true. Yeah. And what was amazing about working with Emma as well is she gave us so much room to play and to improv and to really live in those moments with each other and go off script, and that was so funny.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I felt like I should. What's happening?
I don't know. I got stung or something.
What? Let me have a look.
God, no, it's down there, okay?
What do you mean down there?
I mean, I was peeing and I don't know, something got in up there, whatever.
Oh my God, is it burning? Is it swollen?
I don't know, Dad. I can't.
Well,
because a lot of that was just improv, and there was something about the camera just flipping in between you, and being able to just do that scene continuously and both get your coverage in at the same time.
Because we had filmed that scene before. Remember, like we had it like we just had it in a different settings.
We redid it.
And we redid it
that's
because we were
right.
like, it wasn't quite, and then just because of, we felt like, maybe, because of the movement of the camera, we were like, we maybe want to try it again. And then we had so much fun with it, and you guys were like, it was like dancing. You guys were like dancing.
It sort of
So
became,
fun.
became like we were, became
I
its
also
own magic.
loved my scene with Vera. That was just very special for me and hysterical. And
For me too.
yeah. I loved that. It was just something very funny about having your pants down with your best friend in your crotch with cameras.
There's tomorrow's quote.
Yeah, there it is. I've done it.